quick announcements.
Wait, before you do, did you post in the team page that the call is on? Like, did you give them like a 5-minute? Like,
I didn't. If you want to do a quick post in there
okay.
saying like we're on the call, go ahead. I'll just do my quick team announcements. So, guys, I'm gonna do a definite schedule for the Team Power Hour. I've been just coordinating with Tiffany who's doing what days and when. Ben, you were on one. Keisha, you were on one. So definitely, it helps to stay kind of consistent with them because you kind of roadblocks and stuff like that, and we've actually tweaked it the other night between ideas and such. So next week we have our book club girl boss discussion, so that will be next week, and I think that's pretty much it. We've got 14 days to Thrive training program going on right now. We've got a few days left for Success Club, so invite, get those Success Club points. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce, we've got a super amazing guest speaker tonight, guys. So Julie and I met through, I think one of our trainings we've done in the past. And her energy is just so contagious, so amazing. I know she's totally going to bring it tonight. No pressure, Julie. And so just make sure I'll mute everyone's lines out. Have a notepad and pen handy, and let's keep the questions for the end, or at least put it in the chat box, and then we'll go to the questions at the end. So let Julie just rock out about fit clubs. Awesome info, and Julie, I am passing it off to you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, I just want to say I am so humbled to be on your call tonight. Thank you for the invite. I'm just going to start off sharing a little bit about me, just so you know my background. I joined, and I'll wait until all the lights are muted first. Did you get them all? Okay. Thank you. So I joined back. Oh, there's still a line. Maybe it's yours, Kira. Perfect. Okay, that's better. I joined back in January of 2013. So I've been around for quite some time. And the one reason I want to share that with you is because as a Beachbody coach, your business goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And I fought through all of those downs and continued to push through even when I wasn't sure if there was going to be light at the end of the tunnel. So I joined in 2013 after quitting a full-time job of being a teacher. I was a teacher for 15 years, making an amazing salary. I live in Michigan, so I was making $65,000 with full benefits. And I was trying to climb the corporate ladder and become a principal, and I started off trying to do the assistant principal and got shot down, and then I did a reading specialist and got shot down, and then I tried to do dean. We went to dean model, and I got shot down. And the third time that I got shot down, I was called into the office, and he just said, I want to tell you that you didn't get the job. And I just looked at him in this blank stare, because all my peers were on the interview committee. They thought that I was getting the job. And I looked at him and I said, well, I guess you made my decision. And he's like, what decision is that? I said, I won't be returning in the fall. He was shocked. I was kind of shocked, because that's the scariest thing to do, is leave a job when you don't have another job. So on my way home, I called my husband, bawling my eyes out, and told him I didn't get the job and this is what I did. And gracious that he was very understanding. And he said, I understand you hit a brick wall. You're not going anywhere. And I understand. He was a little bit furious with me because I just threw away, everything I had. But he said, we'll make it through. And that's really all I needed to hear, is him believe in me that we can make it through. So after that, I hit a super low. So I quit my job in 2012. It ended when school ended in June, and I had nothing to go to in the fall. So I was working my butt off trying to find another job all summer. I got a job. It was literally a third of the salary that I was making at my other job. I worked there for 3 months, absolutely hated it, and had to quit. It wasn't for me. I had gained 40 pounds in the meantime. I was feeling like a failure. I felt like I let my family down. Like, that's how I felt. I felt just so heartbroken. And I'm like, I need to do something. I was at my highest weight of 200 pounds. And my friend reached out to me. It was December. And just reached out. Her name is Rexia McConnell. I'm sure you might know her from Team Rockstar Fit. And she said, hey, Jules, you know, I see that you're struggling right now. She's like, do you want to try this shake? She said, I'll sell it to you at my cost. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't have any money. I don't have a job, blah, blah, blah. I had all these excuses in the world. And she's like, listen, my friends are in the same situation. I have someone who just lost 10 pounds drinking it in a month. And so, you know, I'm hearing all these things. And I'm like, okay, I'll try it. So I tried it in 1 month in January. No, it was December. Sorry. It was the beginning of December. 1 month, I lost 6 pounds and I literally didn't do anything. I think my mind, I was trying to eat better and I was moving more, but I really wasn't following a program. That was before she wasn't doing like a challenge group or anything at that point. So then she asked me if I wanted to sign on with a discount. And I'm like, okay, like if I'm going to do this, I want the discount. I'm a discount girl. So I signed on in January. It was January 15th of 2013. I signed on and I just literally wanted to get myself back. And from January to March, I lost 40 pounds. I lost that 40 pounds that I gained. I did it with Shakeology. I had Turbo Fire and Turbo Jam already. And in February, I did the ultimate reset. It was so hard. Like, I struggled tooth and nail doing it, but I lost 16 pounds and I felt myself again. Like, that was the push I needed to go again. So losing that 16 pounds, I had lost 6 pounds in January, 6 pounds in December. I lost 16 pounds in February, and then I lost a whole nother 10 pounds, 12 pounds in March. And I was feeling amazing. People started asking me what I was doing, and I thought maybe there's more to this. And so I did everything wrong. I was totally being salesy, and I had some sales and things, but it just wasn't, it felt icky. I didn't love it. In October of 2013, I jumped on Rock the Basics 1.0. It was the launch of Rock the Basics. And from that, my life totally changed. Getting that training, being around people who are amazing, they're empowering, it just lifted me and boosted my self-esteem. It taught me things that I didn't know. I started diving into personal development. And you guys, personal development is where it's at. Like, I never did any personal development prior to Rock the Basics 1.0. Like, I didn't do it. I was a teacher and I would read educational books, but I never read anything for me. I never read anything to better myself. And I was starting to feel a little bit guilty about that after I started. And so then right after I did Rock the Basics 2.0, Rock the Basics 3.0, and then it was in December, I did 3.0. The following year, I said, okay, I want to reach out to my community. I think I have something here. Like, I love to exercise. I heard about fit clubs, and I was like, I want to do a fit club at my kid's school. I was just so excited about it because I was a teacher and I was already doing fit clubs at my school. We would push all my tables to the side and we were doing Turbo Jam and Jillian Michaels and all kinds of things. So I had already done it and teachers were coming in and working out with me when I was a teacher. So I thought, why not do it at my kid's school? Well, the problem with that was I worked in Grand Rapids. I live in Muskegon. It's an hour from 60 miles from one another. I didn't know anyone. So I had to start building friendships. I had to start going to PTO meetings. I had to start volunteering at school for anyone to look at me because I didn't know anyone. I didn't know the principal. The only person I knew was my son's teacher at that time. And she wasn't super friendly. So I really had to build clientele with people. So what I did is, it was in 2014, I started talking to my son's principal at the PTO meetings. I said, hey, I have a great idea. I'm thinking about doing this fit club. What do you think? And you guys, I did everything wrong again. It was like all about me. And I didn't even like say, hey, we can be a team or anything like that. It was just literally all about me. I was like, I really want to do this. It would be so cool. We could have teachers work out and maybe even parents. And I didn't even know like what it was going to look like. Number one, I needed a vision. That was a major problem. I didn't even know what it was going to look like. So I was just talking and babbling. And the one lady, the president of the PTO, she said to me, do you do that Shakeology stuff? And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I've done that before. Right there, it was like I was shot down. And she was like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. And so I kept going to the PTO meetings. I kept volunteering my time at carnivals and things like that, trying to figure out how I could do this. Well, if I would have started out being a team with them and making it beneficial to them, it may have worked. But I didn't start like that. So take my mistake and learn from it. If you want to start a fit club, figure out how you can benefit the school. Okay, that's just a number one thing. You want to have a vision. You want to know what your fit club's going to look like. You want to know what people are going to be there. And you want to know how you can help the school through this fit club. So I kept going to the PTO meetings. A whole year went by, and I continued to go to these PTO meetings. My son moved from one school to the next school, and I thought, yes, fresh meat. That's what I was thinking. And so I went from that PTO to my son's other, it was called Parent Connect. And at the Parent Connect, the first couple meetings, I didn't say a word. I was just there observing, taking everything in, asking questions like, who are you? What do you do? That kind of thing. Like I was just observing. I'm here to help you. I'm here to serve. Like that was what I was trying to do, because I knew I had done everything wrong before. So I had a vision. I was going to go for 2 months to the PTO meeting, and then I was going to present my case, because I wanted to figure out what they needed. Like I really needed to know what the school needed. Well, at one of the PTO meetings, I heard about this wellness committee that they had formed. So I'm like, aha, I'm going to go to that person, the person who is head of all of this. And her name was Amy, and I went to her, and I just started talking to her and asking her questions like, what is the wellness committee for? What are you trying to do? Who are you trying to benefit? Asking lots of questions. And if there's anything you can do to your customers, to anywhere you want to get in to do something, ask questions. Figure out how you can serve them. So what I found out is she really wanted to get students and parents involved with after-school activities. So I said to her, I said, hey, what do you think about having moms and parents or parents and kids come and do workouts after school? Like, do you think that would fly? And she was like, well, here's the problem. A lot of our parents work, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if we could do it right after school. She said, but if you're willing to come after, like later, I think maybe you would get more people. So then she took it to the principal. So I wasn't the one taking it to the principal. She took it. I found someone to be like my advocate. She took it to the principal because I said to her, I said, I want to run these fit clubs. And what I'm thinking is the fit clubs would be totally free. But eventually, I'll do like a suggested donation once people start coming. And then all of that donation will go back to the school. And that's where she was like, hooked. Like, you're going to make money for us? Because no one gives us money. So I started thinking, how can I do this? So I want to screen share with you. Oops. Let me see here. I'm just going to show you some pictures of what I did. If I can find it. Okay, here's my, nope. Sorry, I thought I had it pulled up. Here it is. Okay. So what I did right away is I created this flyer. Can you see that? Give me a thumbs up, Kira, if you can see it. No, you can't see anything?
I see your excuse me, your notes.
The notes.
Your timeline. I don't see an image.
Let me see. Let me get back out that screen share. Let me try again. I might have clicked on the wrong thing eventually. I apologize.
No worries.
Okay, let's try this. Okay, do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so I created this. And basically, once I was in, I got to do these fit clubs in the cafe, which is a huge area. Literally, I think 200 people could work out in this cafe. They have a sound system. I mean, it's set up perfectly for me. And I did I didn't realize it. But anyways, I made this flyer and I posted it around the school. So once I got the okay to do the Fit Club, the principal okayed it. They thought it was great. They thought, what a way to bring the community in. I began running them. You can see Mondays at 4 p.m. and Wednesdays at 6:30. They were basically, I did 21-day fix workouts. I did PIO workouts. We did T25. We never did size during the free time. And we did one Insanity Max 30. Most of the people loved T25 because it was a short workout. They could get in and get out. For the first, literally, I started in October. No, hold on, let me think. I started in January. I have my notes right here. I started in January, and from January to May, this was my schedule. I did this every day. I would bring my computer and bring my DVDs, and people would sign in. I was getting their information, and in February, I started, oh, Kira, do you want to mute? I don't know if I can mute you. There we go. In February, I suggested this optional upgrade to a punch card. So I created this punch card, and I said it was a suggested $10 donation. Once they got all 5 punches, they were entered into a drawing. In the beginning, the drawings were really small because I really didn't have much to give. So I think I gave away like a 5-pack of Shakeology 1 month, which wasn't really that big a deal to them. I gave away a challenge pack. I had like P90X3 I had that I gave away 1 month. And then the last month I gave away, I can't remember, I think I got something free from Beachbody through Team Cup. It was like a blanket and something, and I gave that away. And people love prizes. Like, that's kind of typical. But it still wasn't where I wanted it. And during the summer, I had to take a break. And I was no longer, because you can't get into the school during the summer. So I started revamping things. And I called one of my coaches in, and I said to her, hey, this is my flyer right now. I said, would you be willing to do 1 day per week? And so I could take it off. And she's like, sure. So she ended up doing Wednesdays for me during, between February and May. And then this fall, when we started again, she was still doing Wednesdays. So we added an extra day, and we kept the punch cards. And I hope I'm making sense, but as people came in, I changed it so that they bought a punch card, and basically they were donating $2 for every workout they do. We punch their card. Once their card is full, we throw their card into a drawing, and it's at the end of the month we do the drawing. So in September, we gave away a bag of Shakeology, which the person who won that ended up ordering a challenge pack, ended up becoming a coach. In October, we gave away, I think I had P90X2 and some flowers from a local shop, because I went around to local businesses and I kind of solicited for prizes and donations, and they're used to that with schools. And so, but what I did was a little bit different. Instead of asking for something totally free, I said, if you would be willing to donate $25, I will buy a $25 gift card. So they were like, you're going to buy something? And I was like, yeah, if you donate $25, I will donate the same. And they were like, sure. So I got 2 gift cards from every place. I got it from a couple restaurants. I got it from this cool place, Kicking Kitchens, a tanning place, a nail place. So I ended up getting a bunch of gift cards that really only cost me like $150. That did not come out of my pocket. What I did is I took it off the money that came in for the punch cards first. Took that money, so I wasn't out any money. And then I donated the rest to school. So at this point, I have donated over $700 to Reese Puffer through the workout clubs. I'll show you another thing I did. I'm almost done. I created shirts. So the shirts cost me $11. And Team Progression is my team name. RP Promoting Wellness. The shirts were $15. For every shirt that sells, I donate $4 back to the school. And now I have all these people running around wearing these shirts. So that's kind of fun. Another thing I did is I created a private Facebook group. And it's really hard to see. I apologize. But there's like 232 people in that group right now. And this is my private Facebook group where they had to join. Like if I were to do it again, I would make it not private. I would make it so people can see it because I have to actually enter people in. They can't find it. And I can't change it now. And then I made a business page. And what I do is every Monday, well, actually every day we have a workout, I'll make a post. And I just say something about the workout, what it's going to be, what to bring, that kind of thing. And I also got everyone's email address. And I'm trying to figure out how to stop screen share. There we go. I got everyone's email address. And on Monday mornings, I send out the weekly schedule. If there's any cancellations, I send it through email as well. So overall, it took me a really long time to get my foot in the door to be able to do this. It literally took me a year and a half to be able to do it. And what I learned from it is lead with how can I help, how can I serve, how can I benefit the school. But you want to make it a benefit to them. They are so excited that I came, and the principal that turned me down originally, I think he's a little bit upset because he's losing out on money. So that's really all I have for you. I said I would only be 20 minutes, and I think I hit it.
Yay. Thank you, Julie. I do have a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind. And guys on the team, if you guys have questions, go ahead. Like I said, fill up the chat box, and we can open it up that way as well. So actually I have 4 questions for you.
Okay.
So I know you said you bring your laptop and you play your DVDs, but are you a trainer or a fitness group fitness instructor, or no?
That's a great question. So in the beginning, I brought my laptop and brought my DVDs. I did that until about, I guess it was just the beginning of last year's school year. So the whole first January through May, my first time doing it, it was all DVDs. Like I didn't do anything, but I am certified in PIO, size, and turbo. And now we're doing live classes. So it's all live classes now. I should have said that.
No. It's because for me, a lot of them, everyone on our team, and even when we bring on new coaches, they know me as the personal trainer, group fitness instructor. So I wanted to clarify for everyone on the line actually tonight are not certified in any sort of way. So I want them to make sure like they can do this.
Yes. I was not certified when I first began, but it led me to be certified because people ask me, do you teach live class? And I'm like, no, I'm not certified. And they're like, you would be so good at it because I modified. That's what I did. I modified every workout. So I was like the modifier because you know how like in T25, they don't show Tanya the whole time. And in PIO, they don't show the modifier the whole time. So I was the modifier. There's a stage and I was up there modifying. I modified every workout. And I walked around the room if I saw people having problems and I showed them what they could do instead. But then as I got certified, this led me to get certified. I started teaching live classes and I was super scared. I was like literally so scared. And I told the people that. I said, I am so scared. And they were so gracious. They're like, you'll be fine. And when I messed up, because we had already formed a relationship, they were coming. They loved being to these free classes. And to go to a live workout class for $2, I mean, in our area, it's like $10 for a live class. So that's super cheap. And it's benefiting the school. So people were loving it.
Awesome. It's funny you say that because it is very nerve-wracking that first class. And go you for turbo kick because those counts in music is pretty crazy. I'm PIO, Insanity, and P90X certified. Turbo kick I'm away from. So my second question is, which I'm sure a lot of the ladies are probably thinking about this as well. So your Fit Club participants, you were not only collecting their info, but probably adding them to your network as well on Facebook. But did any of those convert into challengers? And if so, do you have like some kind of like ratio off the top of your head that you could share with us?
Yeah, actually, since I began, I have 5 coaches that signed on from my Fit Clubs, which creates a whole nother element of, who gets who kind of thing. So you always have to be talking and communicating. Do you have a coach? Are you working with someone? You know, who's your coach? That's something that sparked up kind of this year when I started getting more coaches. So from the Fit Club, I got 5 coaches. I've also probably sold, and I'm guessing, 25 challenge packs.
Nice.
Of which, all of those challenge packs, I give back $10 to Reese Puffer. So that was kind of my little thing. And that's how they've made so much money, is through that. Not necessarily the punch cards, through my sales with customers and coaches. So anyone that came from it the first time, I get $10 from the challenge pack.
Awesome. Okay, so my other question is, this is a 2-part question. One, if there's, do you have like a minimum requirement? And my other part of that question is, the days that you have like a really full class, and then you have those days that are a really, really small class or barely anyone showing up, how do you keep your momentum and your vibe going through no matter who is there and how many is there?
Awesome question. So my smallest class thus far has been 7, which to me is great size. My biggest class has been 35. And when there's 35 people there, there's so much more excitement. There's so much more going on in the room. And I want to tell you, there's little kids running around the room too. Sometimes on stage, sometimes between my legs. But it's mainly all moms. I don't have any men. There was one guy that showed up one time and he did come back, and I tried to make him feel really welcome. But I just kind of feel like it's for moms and kids, and we have Wi-Fi at our school, so the kids bring like their laptops or cordless, whatever, and they play. Otherwise, the little ones are running around. But I have the music turned up, and I have a microphone, so it can be loud in there, and people can still hear me. Like, no one has ever complained. They actually say they love the friendly environment.
Awesome. That's cool. You have like the kiddos running around and just really making it completely community driven, right? Like just everyone engaged no matter what. And my last question for you is Shakeology. Do you do like a shake and share or any kind of like samples or tests after a workout to kind of intrigue their interest? And do you do any kind of like packet giveaways or have something assembled there at the end of the Fit Club?
Yes. So we always talk about Shakeology. Like when I'm doing my abs at the end, I always say, you know, just because you're doing this, your abs are created in the kitchen. And I say my healthiest meal of the day is Shakeology. You guys all know that. I talk about it all the time. But it's because I love it and I truly believe in it. And I've been drinking it for 3 years. Like I say that. And then once per month, I have coaches actually they all bring a blender. So usually 3 coaches bring a blender, and they bring their favorite Shakeology drink. So if they do chocolate, banana, and peanut butter, that's what they bring. Frozen banana. And right now we've been setting it outside because it's cold outside. Not real sure what we're going to do. Maybe pack it in ice when it becomes warmer outside. But we'll blend those 3 up, and then little Dixie cups, and they drink it. Sometimes we get people that are like, blah. Sometimes we get people like, that's really good. You never know. But the thing about it is we always make different recipes. I always pick different people to share their favorite recipe. And I get people saying, I didn't like the last month, but I like this one. So, and I always say to them, I wasn't a fan in the beginning. I had to figure out my own concoction.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Julie. I think there's a lot of takeaways. Guys, go ahead and feel free to friend request Julie and try not to bombard her with too many questions. But I think overall, at least a big takeaway for me is that you just got to keep trying, guys, no matter what it is. I know, again, some of you guys are starting this up, and hopefully maybe you guys have been inspired with some ideas, because everyone on the call is moms, and we all have our kids either in some sort of school or daycare. And this is really networking, right? Like you really got to get to know not only the people, but the environment in order to be a part of that. Otherwise, if you just go in and, say, hey, I want to be a part of this, they're going to see right through you. And clearly, Julie shared that example very crystal clear with all of us. So don't ever take, no as, the permanent answer and the be all end all. Just got to keep finding a way you could get your foot in the door, establish yourself, build that credibility and loyalty. And look at her, 25 challenge packs later and 5 coaches. Hello.
Yeah, I have to say, since I began Fit Club, my salary for Beachbody, it has literally tripled. So it's been huge for me. I keep seeing it grow because we keep getting more and more new people. I mean, 232 people have already come. It's just getting them to come back. You know how people are busy. They have soccer, they have whatever, hockey, all of these sports. And they're like, I want to come, but this and this and this and church and blah, blah, blah. But they keep coming back and they keep sharing with friends. So don't ever give up. Know that this business has highs and lows. And when you're at a low, do personal development and shoot yourself back up to that high again.
For sure. Anyone have questions for Julie before we hang up, guys? Just raise your hand and I'll unmute you. No? Everyone's good? All right, then. Well, thank you so much, Julie. I really, really appreciate you hopping on and sharing with us. And thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you. See you guys. Bye.